All right, my loves. Day 22 of the 30-day God Wants to Talk to You challenge. And we're reading and we're contemplating, and then we read again. Dear God, what would you have me know today? My love, devotion for devotion's sake is honorable and educational, but you can make it easier for yourself by attaching the devotion to a greater vision. I live in your greatest visions. I am your biggest desires. Ask yourself, a person who confuses herself with God, what would she want for herself, for her loved ones, and for the world? By dreaming big, you tap into your godly audacity, and I promise you cannot go too big. You think you are audacious. Let me show you the real meaning of this world. For me, nothing is too grand. I want you to experience everything and to love every bit of it. All of this I have created for you, for your enjoyment. So do me a favor and enjoy it and yourself to the fullest. Nothing makes me happier. Nothing fulfills my mission better. Love, God. um, yeah, so this one, image that I sometimes see, it's like a little bouquet of flowers and then an enormous thing next to it. And it says your plan and then God's plan. And that is something I have yet to experience, and I know I will. And what I realized, though, in my conversations with God, mm, that when I have like an impression of how things go, how I'm doing, what I get reflected back from God is always so much more, what's the word? Benevolent? Mm. It's it's as if I, I have reached a certain height in my own evolution, but this height moment is so mixed with everything below that I have been up until this point. And what God seems to see is like he sees the now and the truth of the now in that moment. And he does not mix everything I was. He only sees the now. Because I am also realizing God obviously doesn't only see me in this lifetime, I source my knowing of me from a very limited collection of moments. It's this lifetime and it's not even all of this lifetime. So I can mix the now with the other moments. But God knows everything, every moment of this lifetime and all the lifetimes. So it would be way too much for him. Nothing's too much, but you get what I mean. It wouldn't make sense to focus on anything else but the here now. Because why would we even bother and waste energy on tying any of our self-understanding to something that is not now? We're going forward, we're moving forward. So why would we make the here now heavier than it is, than it needs to be. Um, and with that, what comes through in these letters is that I should trust in my furthest point of evolution way more than I do. It's not a fluke. It's just the first tapping into it. But if I manage to trust that with more presence and more energy, then that's where my energy rests and goes into the furthest point of my evolution. And when I say, wow, okay, so unlocked, and this is what I am now. And that is the point from which I then progress further instead of, well, yeah, I have touched this once, and but like before I was also the here and here and here, and well, let's see if it sticks. That makes the here now so much heavier and binds it to past versions of ourselves. And so there's what's the name of the whole thing? It might be Dante's Inferno. I think Marcus Aurelius has written it. Damn, this could be very wrong. But there is a principle in this story where Dante, who goes on the journey, before entering paradise, he bathes in the river of forgetting. And when I heard that, I heard it. I actually never listened to the original story. I listened to a book that was written based on that, and it's from Martha Beck, The Way of Integrity. I listened to it. I read it, listened to it. I actually listened. I think I own it as a book, but I think at the time I listened to it, and it's years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago, which it feels longer than it sounds. But in this book, she tells the story of Dante's Inferno, and that bathing in the river of forgetting, that unlocked something inside of me when I heard that. And it keeps on unlocking. Something comes back every now and then. And it basically says you get a clean slate, not talking about, am I a good person or not a good person, guilty or not. None of this matters. Those are judgments that don't matter in the eyes of universal love. None of this, but nothing has meaning. We give it meaning. And the clean slate is just every moment you have the opportunity, if you choose so, you choose to bathe in the river of forgetting, energetically forgetting. We love our memories, but we don't want them to burden us in the here now. So as you choose to bathe in the river of forgetting, you get the opportunity of a new moment that holds only potential for anything your heart desires. So you are not bound by what you were and who you were. And some people also say, put it like that, as a mental exercise, which can be powerful. Just imagine, by whatever magic trick, you were placed on earth today in a life you know nothing about, but you are you. You're placed in your life as you, in the room you're in right now, the place in your life that you're in right now, the body that you're in right now. And just imagine seeing all of it with fresh eyes and seeing the miracle of it. And that is basically the bathing in the river of forgetting, because it frees us of everything that is not helpful. We can always choose to take with us the wisdom that we have developed. But with the things that are true and that are our essence, for example, wisdom that we have collected, it's actually not a bag of wisdom that I carry with me. It is the ability to tap into certain things in the field. And I don't have to carry anything with me. I have developed touching and the ability to touch something. And as I'm moving, the field moves with me. And all I need is the ability to connect with the wisdom. I don't have to memorize anything. I don't have to carry a bag of wisdom with me. And that goes for everything that is true, that is part of our essence. Because it's us who we unlock our ability to receive from the field who we are, what we are. And it is basically, we're becoming like a more and more fine-tuned antenna to the field. We don't have to carry anything for ourselves. So we can trust that everything and anything we actually need as we move forward, as we're becoming everything we're supposed to become, the field holds it for us. We don't have to carry it. And we get to bathe in the river of forgetting and let go of the past in order to freely unlock everything we are now, everything that is available to us now in our own potential, and then everything that is supposed to be unlocked as we move forward. But for this, we want to become as light as possible energetically. We want to let go of any self-understanding that is not serving us. And that is the work we have to do. And that is how God sees us in every moment, effortlessly. And that is the eye that we want to develop. All right, my loves. Reading again. Dear God, what would you have me know today? My love, devotion for devotion's sake is honorable and educational, but you can make it easier for yourself by attaching the devotion to a greater vision. I live in your greatest visions. I am your biggest desires. Ask yourself, a person who confuses herself with God, what would she want for herself, for her loved ones, and for the world? By dreaming big, you tap into your godly audacity, and I promise you cannot go too big. You think you are audacious? Let me show you the real meaning of this word. For me, nothing is too grand. I want you to experience everything and to love every bit of it. All of this I have created for you, for your enjoyment. So do me a favor and enjoy it, and enjoy yourself to the fullest. Nothing makes me happier. Nothing fulfills my mission better. Love, God. All right, my loves. That's it, day 22. And today is actually day 23. So we're doing this next. I love you, and I'll see you soon.